selling on the downtick that doesn't go back up, guys. So you can see there's selling coming in hard here. Limit order book comes in, selling stops. See that? See how the selling stops? Everybody goes quiet. And then the selling starts coming in. Everybody's waiting for selling the top edges. Everybody's got their limits in place. They're now looking at that as a sell trade at that point, aren't they? They're starting to work into that as a little sell trade. And what happens? Feck all happens. Nothing happens. Nobody gets filled. When nobody gets filled, the algorithm says what? You're falling behind schedule, Paul. You're falling behind schedule. What are you going to do about it? You're going to crank the wheel up a little bit. And the selling starts coming in on the down-ticking phases. And that drives the price right off the top edge. When you didn't get filled at the top edge, now you've just got to get filled. And then when the cash open kicks into life, it's time. It's too late. You're not going to get it. It's gone. And then we get this almighty crash through to this bottom edge where the big liquidity has been resting since this morning. There's the big liquidity, the two big liquidity levels there and there. You see them? Well, that's where the price has just reached, and that's your exit price right there. If that storyline up there doesn't sing, if that doesn't sing to you pretty clearly about what you should be doing, then you're going to struggle with order flow until you kind of get your head around this concept. It's pretty solid concept. It's quite easy to see it, guys. Good exit on oil. We've seen the price bouncing quite nicely off of that big change in the euro, coming into that baseline price, 52.85s, and it's came back up to 53.05s, waiting for new opportunities, guys. Happy with the bond bottom edge? You happy with that, guys? I know Reeve was in it. Anybody else was in it? Nessie? Randy? Reeve? Rennie? Phil? If you look into the bottom edge and you ask whether we had any value in this trade, well, remember what we're trading is blue, which is the bond price, right? So there's the blue bond price just there. We've been trading this one a few times already, so this isn't a surprise to anybody. But look at oil and equity prices. See what oil and equity prices are doing? They're rising against that stop run at the bottom edge. They're actually going up, not down. And that gives us this perfect opportunity to buy into that low print on bonds. And that's the trade that's just taken off from there. It's exactly the same as what we had at the top edges. See the bond price at the top edge? Well, I know that the prices do go higher, but it's only just going higher. And yet we also have equities not going higher at that stage. It's actually diverging a little bit, but look at the bond price. Look at how high the bond price was at that stage. Massively higher. Massively higher. So the bond price was definitely a sellable proposition at that point. It was massively out of line with everything else. There was your sell trade right there. And this lines up with what happened in here. Perfect buy trade. It lines up with what happened here. Perfect little cheeky short-term sell trade here. It lines up perfectly with what happened over here, which was unbelievable this morning at London Open. A perfect value sell trade in bonds. Perfect value sell trade in bonds. So when you look at all the trades that we could have, should have, would have traded, you'll see that we've literally top ticked the bond, literally top ticked the bond and bottom ticked the bond the whole day today. Just by following the values, just by following the alphas, and just by requesting and demanding that we see value before we trade, we've top ticked and bottom ticked bonds today, guys. And it's not been a small swing either. It's not been a small swing. It's been a bloody big swing today. It's $2,000 swings today on bonds. So these aren't small moves. These are fucking huge moves. When you look back at that chart and you can see just how much value is developing, the guys in the room this morning will tell you that we actually started to talk about this bottom edge a few times. You know, we were waiting for this to develop and we were hoping we were going to get level 2 liquidity, which is exactly what we then got. And that's a great trade, guys. That is a great trade outcome. Well done. Next trade, if you don't mind. See if we get any more opportunities. The bond obviously was a reversal top edge for a profit take. You can see that quite clearly at the top edge. Just that a little bit of profit take here. We get a little bit of a reversal into that high price there, and that's obviously pretty clear that we should be taking some profits at that stage. Tidying up a bit of business, and that's what we've just done, tidied up a bit of business in there. So waiting for new opportunities. If we see them and we're on time, give you a shout before they happen.